sailor steps on land again, in some old port, in some old bay. And soon he wants a drink or two with ladies on the way. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. He combs his hair just right. He tries to find a cozy bar, but what a chore, he walks so far. And then he stops and tells himself, I'll go to Urjan's place. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. He walks into the night. Our sailor thinks, I'll take my time, it's still just one. That's fine, that's fine. But when the clock strikes 2 o'clock, I'll have to board again. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. He's searching all around. And when the clock had just struck 1, he found the bar and smiled at once. He stepped inside so smooth and fast and ordered up a round. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Oh, Urjan was so kind. But after just a drink or two, he swayed and fell, he drank too well. He kissed the waiter on the lips, it cost him quite a lot. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. He chased the girls around. And soon he found a girl so sweet, a laughing treat. With light Nat, he called her darling, kissed her hand and asked her for a deal. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. They danced into the night. And up into her little flat they sneaked away just like that. She was young and she was hot, but he was drunk and fat. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. They made some noise for sure. But soon the ship was set to leave. At 1:15 it's time to flee. He put his trousers quickly on and laced his boots up tight. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. He ran as fast as light. He had to sprint, he had to dash. Just one more step, he'd miss the mast. But like an arrow through the night, he made it just in time. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. He waved and said goodbye. And now the sailor's song is done, a drinking tale, a rowdy one, about a man who roams the waves. So let us sing again. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth. Head-a-ruttin, spruttin, back and forth, just like a Swedish man.